All right, so today we're going to talk about manipulating an array. We've already shown how to get values in an array, but now we're going to pass an array to a module. We're going to call that swap and change two values. So here I'm just going to explain the program very quickly. I declared a constant size. My array size is 5. And remember, when we talk about an array in QBasic, it's an array that has 5 elements. The first element is 0, and the highest element is 4 then. So I declared size. I declared an array called score of size 5 as an integer. It's going to hold integers. I declared value 1 and value 2. These are the two values I want to change. So I initialize my array, and you see I intentionally put it in unordered. And then I'm going to print out what the array is. So this kind of shows you, this will print out to the display what the values in the array are. And you see afterwards it says before swap. Then I'm going to ask, give me the first position you want to have switched places, and as long as it's a valid entry between 0 and 4, I'm going to verify that because I don't want to get an error for having the wrong kind of value. Then I'm going to take that value. Then I'm going to ask for the second value. Again, it has to be between 0 and 4. After they change that, I'm going to change those two values. So a quick example, I'm going to switch the first and second. So I want the first value to be 42 and the second one to be 10. So to do that, we're going to go to a thing called swap. So I send it my array score, and I send it the first and second value I need to change. Now I create a temp variable. The temp variable is to hold the value of the first item that I'm going to change. So example, temp equals second. So in this case that would be 42. Temp equals 42 because of the very next step I'm going to say, hey, have the second value in the array now equal the first value of the array. So now both the first and second values of that array are 10 at this point. And then I go and say, okay, now change the first value to what I held. If I just try to say, hey, have score of second equal score of first, and then score of first equal score of second, they're going to be the same. Both of them are going to have the same value. You must have a holding variable, to hold the value you want to switch the second number to. So let's run this. All right, let me get this in the picture. So here's my array beforehand, and I said I wanted to change the first one and the second one. So after the swap, you see now it's 42, 10, 26, 87, 44. Let me run it one more time just to show you that it works on any of the two values, not just the two that I set initially. So this time I'm going to change the first value, which is 0, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to change the 87, which is the third value, because it starts at 0. So now 87 is the first one, 42, 26, and then 10. All right, so you might ask, why do I need swap? What is that going to help with? Well, two things. One, I wanted to show you how you pass an array, and you see there with the array, it's a subroutine. I pass the variable, the entire array there, so anything that changes in the array, it always changes. Second, swapping becomes very important when you start talking about sorting a list. And we're going to sort lists later on. So that's it for today. I will put this out there on the website and allow everybody to look at it and change it and play with it as they need.